Got some modified thin set mixed up that's going to get packed in. Just going to keep squishing and squishing and squishing. So it's going to go in this crack, back around, fill any voids, and also go into the original lath. Makes a great material to repair plaster walls with. I know a lot of people are going to be saying, you need to put tape on there. I've got tape. I got tape specifically for this application. This will go on any of my repairs right before I put the RedGard on. Really need to get one of those Wallabots. This is an exterior wall. Even though it's pitched like this, and most likely isn't really load bearing, I do not want to hack out the middle of a stud here. So what I will bring up is that I get a niche that will be off-centered if they want a niche in this bathtub. Otherwise it won't be this high. Be down around this spot here. I'm going to suggest that they get a new one that isn't so tall, because this is going to look weird because there's going to be a lot of wasted space up here. So as I'm doing this repair, I'm already processing the future comments of what you would do. So when I am faced with a situation like this, I present options to the customer. One option is to build out into the room behind here like a weird pop-out. So that you can get a full depth niche, either built or preformed, deep enough so that you can actually set a shampoo bottle on there. So that was an option. It's an expensive option. It's not going to look very good on the other side. You could try to hang a picture or something over it. But as you can see, they did not elect to go that route. And we'll have to wait and see. Smaller niche. And what I first did here is cut a small hole so that I know exactly where the stud is, and I can measure to see what I have to work with. Something that you may not be familiar with is exterior walls that have no insulation in them. So older houses, they did not have insulation in the exterior walls. The eye can see straight through to the sheeting on the outside of the house. Wanted to show you another option to cut this plaster, and it is It's a little rusty. I've had it in my trailer for a while. But this is a Sawzall blade that is specifically designed for cutting masonry. So right here I've got a spot picked out between the wood lath, and I am going to do this old school, meaning I'm going to build my own box. I didn't like the sizes. They were either too small and too tall or too big. So I'm going to make one that fits just right. The reason I don't have this in a Sawzall is it's not as controllable, makes more dust. So just got to hold it onto it. Guess I should have gloves on.
Olá! Hello! No installation!
Come on. Whoa, oh, not too far. There you go. Oh yeah. Perfect. Some thick stuff. It's like Pepto-Bismol. So this stuff can be rolled on, sprayed on with an airless, or even troweled on. I'll use this a little bit. Also, a paintbrush works. I'm all out of paintbrushes, which is not that great at planning, but it's going to get multiple coats. So for the first coat here, we'll do without a paintbrush. Goes on pink, dries like dark red. I'll probably end up posting a link to RedGard's, either their website or something that tells you all the specifics. This is, when you put it on thick enough, I'll probably put on 3 coats. It makes a crack membrane. You can go straight over cracks in concrete. Now this row and this row are option number 2, but I accidentally started just slightly left of center. But this option here gets you these 2 cuts matching these 2 cuts all the way up the wall. So everything would be perfectly symmetrical on this wall. This wall here, the perfectly symmetrical thing puts a tiny little sliver here and a tiny little sliver on this side. You want to avoid that, it just looks cheap. So this one here, you can see we have a full tile, almost a full tile, half tile, full tile, quarter tile, not a tiny little skinny one. Full tile, almost a full tile, and it goes up and it looks good. The only thing I don't like about this side is the grout joint is not in line with the hose spigot and the faucet. These are centered on the tub, and if I wanted this grout joint to shift over to here, I'd have a skinny little tile again on that side. So sometimes you just got to pick your battles as far as what you think is going to look aesthetically perfect.